Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am Cece Rivera with About Me Healing. We focus on healing. And in this lesson, you will learn to discover your purpose. And I will give you 5 principles to utilize to discovering your purpose in life. Thank you so much for being here today. I am truly honored to have you here today. I know it's difficult to figure out life and its destiny and all the challenges that we go through in life and determining our goals and who we are. So I want you to ask yourself all the questions that I will embark on to determine who you are. So let's start with the first question is, who are you? Who do you wish to be? Do you know that you deserve more out of this life? Now I'm going to move on into the next section of these questions that you need to ask yourself. And why are you here? Are you struggling with your relationship and have problems in your marriage or your relationship? Are you facing possible divorce? Do you want to save your marriage? Do you want to save your relationship? Or more importantly, are you here to save yourself? Do you struggle with addictions? Or someone you love is struggling and this is tearing you and your family apart? Are you ready for a conscious change in your life to shift and transform who you want to become? You know you deserve a transformation and you want it. If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you are in the right place at the right time, because I am here to help you and guide you in transforming your life. And I am giving you the 5 principles you so need to make this transformation. Now, do you feel that you are not achieving your high potential and your goals in your life? Are you angry and stressed? Are you caught up in the cycle of self-destruction? Or is your partner or a loved one? Do you feel resentment, ashamed, and guilt toward yourself or toward others or toward your significant other? But you realize it and you know that it can happen to anyone. Are you or a loved one gaining weight, excessively drinking, or using drugs to cope with life? And this is tearing you apart and tearing your family apart. And you're ready for change. Are you struggling with becoming the person you've always wanted to be and you know you deserve to become? Again, if this is you, you're in the right place at the right time. Now let's go on to the next set of questions. Do you feel invisible? Do you feel like life is passing you by and you haven't accomplished your dreams? Are you heading into your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, and you find yourself in the same place you've been? Well, all these issues you're dealing with are simply symptoms that can be changed, because the real problem is shifting your perception. We generally struggle with emotions when we can't see different perceptions. When you become the person you want to be, you'll have the life you desire. Now, you need to consciously decide what you want to be. In other words, you need to know your ethics, your morals, and values. Do you feel that these have all been taken away from you? For example, sometimes we get caught up on traumatic events that occurred long ago. As a result, we need to realign our mission, vision, and passion. Let me say that one more time so it sounds more authentic, because I feel like I got tongue twisted there. We need to realign our mission, vision, and passion. We need to transform your magnetic energy so you can feel empowered and create change in your life. So what am I really saying here? What's missing? What do you need to be authentic and to find purpose in your life? You need to learn how to fall in love with yourself and admire yourself. But I bet you wonder, how will I do this if I don't have the motivation? If I feel defeated? Again, perception is the key. Symptoms are a part of the problem, but are not the problem. So let's focus on solutions. You've heard this over and over, time and time again. Let's focus on the solutions. But before we get started on discovering your purpose, let me tell you who I am and what I believe. First, I want to focus on what I believe, which I am passionate about, which is a scientific proven method. Before I share my story and my credentials, I just want to tell you that perception is a part of critical thinking. Therefore, in my clinical scientific research, I have learned when it comes to relationships, addictions, and personal growth, these are all a part of scientific reasoning, moral logic, and demonstrates in psychology that our perception is critical to our thoughts and our behavioral patterns. Yes, our patterns. In my clinical research and experience, I have conducted and interpreted critical thinking psychological research, which demonstrates successful principles that create change if you desire it. So stick around to the end, because I will share these principles with you toward the end of this session. I want to help you become authentic and break down any blockages you're dealing with. Now, my promise to you in the next 45 minutes or so is to share tools with you that will guide you to improve your life and create change that you desire. If at the end you like what you hear and want more information, I will provide that to you as well. It's that simple. Nothing more, nothing less. So, I will give you the information promised to shift your consciousness and align your purpose. I will share with you 5 secret principles. This is transformative information about how the brain works and is based on science, not opinion. This will help you today to start being the person you've always wanted to be. You're probably asking yourself, why do I do this for free? Well, I do this because I am passionate about creating change and a ripple effect, and I create my own word of mouth. So this leads me to my story, who I am, my experiences, and my profession. Now, happiness is something we all seek and question throughout life. I suppose purpose derives from the same local place of a search for self-identity. Throughout all the years of my life, for a long time, I truly questioned my purpose since as far back as I can remember as a young child. While most people begin to question their lives when they are reaching their early 30s, well, I thought I was ahead of the game. But I still had no direction. Unbeknown to me, God or the universe had a challenge for me. It was then when I realized life had become so important to me, and it took me about 25 years to realize, with more challenges to come. It took me another 2 years, but let's not forget the next 20 years. However, around the age of 27 is when real transformation began to happen for me. So, let's talk about the next decade of my life. While I was challenged with dealing with addictions throughout, I didn't realize I would really be challenged when it hit home, when I realized I was married to him, my own husband truly suffered with addiction. This brought a lot of turmoil in my life, but today I am honored to know that my family has overcome these obstacles. So do not feel discouraged. Everyone has a different story, and I don't even know where my story will end. However, I am proud of my story, and that is how I'm able to help you and other people overcome their stories and transform lives, relationships, and even save yours. My life has brought me a lot of clarity and empowerment. More importantly, let's delve into my profession. I am an ongoing student to becoming a psychology doctor. Yes, I am a future doctor. I originally started working as a nutritional counselor 18 years ago. I helped hundreds of people lose over 100 pounds. This was incredible for me to see, experience, and this inspired me to the next chapter in my life. Yes, this led me to become a mental health counselor, addictions counselor, and a relationship coach over a decade ago. So let's go back into how it all started. It was one early summer morning in 1997. I was on my way to Starbucks. While I was driving, I began to cry. As I pulled into Starbucks parking lot, I started the negative self-talk, which we all privately own. However, this led me to find my own inner positive self-talk with God Himself. Now, I consider myself spiritual. I wasn't particularly religious, and however, I did grow up from mainly an inconsistent Christian background, so religion was really abolished in my thoughts. So I began to eliminate negative self-thoughts and address my mind with positive self-talk. I thought I was going insane at that very moment. After all, we know that our thoughts shape and create our reality. I began to think deeper, and I realized I needed to use more positive self-talk. It was then when my journey really began, and life suddenly had a purpose. Well, I felt lost, but my tears started to make sense. They were tears of inner soul searching and seeking my true identity in life. I began to ask myself, what is your purpose? What am I doing here? Am I real? Do I really exist? Who cares about me? Why do I sit silent most of the time? Why do I not fit in? Why do I feel like no one listens to me? Why did God surround me with these people in my life? Who are you? What is your mission in life? What are your principles, your movement, and your cause? What purpose do you serve in life? What do you believe in? Who loves you? And do you love yourself? I have to tell you, in that moment, I sat in the car for minutes to come. I looked in the mirror, questioning my life with tears. I stood silent, collecting my thoughts, and I just knew my life was about to change because I wanted an immense change. I had a severe craving for change and learning. I said to God, please give me a sign. Then I walked into Starbucks and there it was. A blue rainbow pamphlet that said, tonight at 7 p.m., come to a healing and prayer session for soul-searching transformation. I was in sudden belief that it was my sign and that my universal God had a plan, and He understood me all along. It was then when I realized I was never alone, even when I felt so alone in my life. Suddenly, I was so elated and excited about life. Most of all, I started to learn what gratitude really meant. At this time, I began my quest for soul searching to answer the questions I mentioned earlier. Although I began my journey, it took me another 2 years to figure out that I needed a real change in my life. Unfortunately, it was then when I started to eliminate certain people from my life in order to venture off into my spiritual growth, as it had become my own secret of self-identity crisis and a soul-searching journey. After all, no one knew that which what I was going through or thinking. They wouldn't understand because they weren't at the same frequency for change. They didn't have the same desire and passion for change as I did. So I thought. I needed to surround myself with people that were supportive. I found at that time that most people didn't believe in soul searching. But maybe I was crazy after all. After all, I had to question my sanity, because why was I questioning my life? And was anyone else feeling this way? Well, I'm here to tell you the answer is yes. Today, I have learned that in order to make a transformation and make the changes your soul desires, you must surround yourself with people that offer and hold the same goals, vision, and or desires that must inspire you to inspire them. The journey is a long, beautiful journey with an amazing destination, and one must understand it is not an overnight process. This is not an overnight FedEx package arriving to another destination. This is not like baking a cake for 20 to 40 minutes. Be patient and become the professional student of life, because it is more likely to take 20 years to make a transformation, but it doesn't have to be. Simply wake up. We are embarking on a journey of self-discovery where everyone matters. Yes, including you. Today, I realize I have been in the making for over 20 years, which is over 2 decades. Nowadays, I have a purpose. While my purpose has changed throughout the years and has become selfless, I have developed a sense of self-worth. No matter what, I feel my purpose is to aid in uplifting the spirits of others. My goal is to help heal the world through educating people whom acquire the mysteries of the mind. Today, I am a Florida State Board certified counselor working toward a psychology doctorate in hopes to serve as an inspirational role model in human development and growth. I constantly strive to improve my communication skills and maintain my reputation as a role model. In doing so, I am an enthusiastic motivational speaker and mentor as an advocate for individuals of mental anguish. I have a firm purpose. I know why I'm here. I know I am real, and I do exist, and I care about myself. Others love me because I love myself. I have confidence, therefore I do not need to fit in. I just need to humble my mind through silence in order to learn and then teach others how to make their own transformation. Furthermore, God truly surrounded me around all the right people in order to transform my life into something spectacular. My principle, movement, and cause are to serve others. Now when I speak, others will listen because I found who I am, what I believe in, my passion, mission, and vision. Now again, I only came to realize who I am through who I am not. So what does that mean? When I begin to analyze and question my life, in that moment, I began writing my purpose in life. What I realized is that I wanted to thank every single person in the world because in order to find me, I realized I had to come to terms with accepting you. I had become you and we merged as one. In other words, I had become myself when I became aware of you. In this instance, I looked at my hands and I realized I was here, but I was not. It was then when I felt enlightened and grateful for life and what it offers. That means accepting the good, bad, ugly, beautiful, poor, and rich of you that lives inside me. Now I promised you 5 principles to determining your purpose in life. And I want to share more with you and help you realize why I shared my story. But let's go over these important principles right now before I go on. If you want to successfully create change and find a purpose, you must follow these principles. Number 1, have basic goals in your life. Create basic goals. Don't create huge goals that you can't fulfill. Create basic goals so that you can accomplish them and then go on to bigger goals. Number 2, remove toxic people out of your life. Yes, I am sorry, some people have to go. The only way to truly become authentic is to remove toxic people out of your life. This was a really difficult choice for me, but I had to do it to find me. Therefore, you must also remove these toxic people out of your life. Number 3, learn, value, morals, ethics, and build confidence. In other words, you must not only learn, value, morals, and ethics, but you must follow these principles. These principles will help you build confidence. Number 4. This one is really difficult. I know. Let go of the past. Forgive. Forgive past traumas and negative ways and negative thinking. I know sometimes we get caught up in negative ways or forgiving people. But the sooner you work on this, the sooner you start to feel better and live your life authentically and determine your life purpose. Number 5. This one is critical. Get a coach, get a mentor, or a counselor. I know you can probably do it on your own, but it will take decades, if not longer. And that's something that I learned through life and dreams. And I realized that I could actually reach my ultimate determined accomplishments. But I knew that I had to have a counselor, a mentor, and a coach guide me until I found I have a firm purpose followed by a dream I have created into reality. I realized we must have a purpose to have no purpose, but to just live for no given required purpose, no reason to continue examining my life, as I had examined my life enough throughout the years and continued the quest of questioning my purpose. My purpose to live and do for others became a significant purpose in itself. An identity of selfless acts of kindness that reflects my inner being of a need fulfilled for self-identity. In other words, don't try and do it alone. It will take you so much longer. I know. That's what I did. Now, I want you to focus on asking yourself the same questions. What am I doing here? Am I real? Do I really exist? Who truly cares about me? Why do I sit silent most of the time? Why do I not fit in? Why do I feel like no one listens to me? Why did God surround me with these people in my life? Who are you? What is your passion in life? What are your principles, your movement, and what is your cause? What purpose do you serve in life? What do you believe in? Who loves you? And most importantly, do you love yourself? Now, I can truly go on about my credentials and all the lives I have changed in the last 2 decades. But seriously, everything I just said clearly speaks for itself. I can also go on about all my publishings to create more interest in you. But honestly, I am passionate, and I believe you're more interested in yourself, and you should be. Don't get me wrong, I do have publishings, testimonials, and I have even been on TV numerous times, I might add. And I've spoken in many events and groups to change people's lives and create transformation. So there's no doubt I have a gift, and I am proud to say it. But transformation truly, really begins with you and surrounding yourself around people on the same frequency, that have the same morals and values you do. Therefore, You must focus on digging deep within and execute to find sanctuary in the chaos. One of my mottos is sanctuary in the chaos. Ask yourself, what is your motto? I want to leave you with these thoughts so you can truly focus on your purpose. You are worth it. We all struggle. And you can imagine what I've been through. And you can change your life when you're ready. You need to know that it's time and you have arrived here to create a new you. It's time to let go of addictions, old ways in your relationships, and change your perception about life itself. I'm simply here to help people through impact, creating change and transformation in people's lives. This is for people that seek inner guidance and inner strength and outer counseling, coaching, and mentorship. If you are here today, it's because you want that. You want to change and transform your life. So this is for people that want to change and transform their lives. This is for people that want to end the addiction cycle and take it to a whole nother level. This is for couples that want to save their relationship or marriage. This is for people that want to find purpose in life. So let's recap. I gave you valuable information about perception, your identity, and the purpose of life. I shared my experiences, my expertise, and my story. I shared 5 principles to finding purpose in your life. And I can help you overcome obstacles in your life and teach you to accept your identity and shift your perception in your relationship and even save your life in your marriage or your relationship. But I cannot chase you. Hence, why I started coaching. In my profession, I realized so many people weren't taking counseling serious. This was boggling my mind because I wanted to create immense transformations. For example, if a client came in for addiction problems, they were basically forced to create a change because their family asked them or because a spouse wanted them to, not because they really wanted. Therefore, only you can create this change when you're ready. So if you're here today, it's because you're ready. However, this is not for people who are stuck in old ways and old perceptions, who are not willing to change their perception and try new things. This is not for people that are not serious about change. This is not for people who are actively using alcohol and drugs and are totally in denial. This is not for couples that want a divorce and have given up. This is not for people that are not looking for a transformative purpose in life. This is for people who want to achieve success in their own transformation and in their lives and are ready to face reasoning, who are ready for critical thinking about their behavioral patterns, who want to shift and transform their lives. I typically work with people who are ready to take their lives to the next level. If you are stuck on victim mode, actively using alcohol and/or drugs, in denial, or you just don't care about positively changing your relationship with yourself or with your partner or your spouse, then I'm sweetly saying that I might not be the guide you need. I have phenomenal track record, and I want to continue with those types of results. I am eager and excited to help people and see transformation occur. My team and I have put aside time to schedule a completely free call to see if we are a perfect fit to work together. Take action because you are serious about your life and you want to live authentically and create purpose and transformation. I can guide you with a step-by-step, shifting your brain and perceptions that are keeping you in the same behavioral patterns and cycles. Again, this is for people that are motivated and want a conscious change and want to take action today. If this is you, then go ahead and book an appointment. I know some people will want to work with us. The call will be filled with great information for you to achieve a greater level of success in your personal life or in your business. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are truly grateful and we are proud of the changes you've already made by sitting here and listening to me today. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much. Thank you again. I wish you the best. Love and healing.